Lynn and I met. I walked into a restaurant, bar. She was there with her friend. I was by myself.
So it was very surface level relationship, but we moved quickly. We were in our 30s, and we definitely did not have Jesus in our lives at that point, although we thought we were Christians at the time.
We get married in 06. Our first child is born in 07, my daughter, and then my son was born in 2009. Early on, it was kids. You know, we went from meeting when we were both, going out a lot, drinking a lot, partying a lot, doing all that. And then we get married and we have kids, and then, we don't do any of that anymore. It started with she was having a lot of leg pain. Got to a point where she couldn't work anymore. We were going to a lot of doctors. Ultimately, we got a diagnosis of, Lyme disease.
Coming home and needing someone to kind of help me navigate the world, it was all new to me, just not feeling well and trying to push myself through every day. It was exhausting, and I really needed Dave at the time, just to be there, help me, guide me. But I felt at that time that he was nowhere really to be found.
I signed up for, to marry somebody, to be a partner, raise some kids, go do things together, have dinners together, be a family, make plans, and be able to do those plans, and all the normal things. I got somebody who couldn't do those things on the other side. Just was getting so frustrated that turned into anger, and then I was just extremely short with her at her worst time.
I think I can say now more clearly than it was back then that Jesus, he was trying to show me that I needed him. So after the divorce, I moved to Pennsylvania with the kids. Dave, we would talk. It was the time in my journey as a Christian to learn how to pray for those that hurt you. We'd hang up after some really nasty conversations, and I remember getting on my knees to pray for him, to pray for his soul, his salvation, that he would find Jesus.
When they left, I was really hard that day, and guys just started drinking some beers and smoking weed. I would just like to get in my mood, man, and just zone and tune everything out. And then I kind of had a view, I remember one time, of looking down on myself. I'm on my couch, I'm drinking some beers, I got my guitars and things, and I'm like, what are you doing down here, man? You're living this life like you're single and going out, and your kids are up there. That was the first thing that hit me. A friend of mine sends me a sermon from here, from 1122. I basically started watching sermons, and I stopped going out. I was on dating apps and stuff before. I got rid of all that stuff. I just stopped. I just started to want to learn more about God, how to have a relationship with Jesus. I'm realizing all the things I should have done, could have done, right? Because of my actions is why I'm here. I'm crying the whole weekend to God. It's like the week before beach baptism, I'm having a bad week, feeling paralyzed. And Joby comes out, he says, if you've got some kind of fear of man, fear of this, so listen, if that's you, don't be a sissy, come to the beach and get baptized. And I was like, that's it. It just hit me. Yeah. And I go, and waves are crashing, and everyone's just so fired up, man, and they're helping me out there and stuff, and pray for you, and, who is Jesus Christ to you? And I'm like, he's my Lord and Savior. And I go back, and as soon as I come up, the first thing that popped out of my mouth was, F yeah, that whole week. All that stuff, man, everything that was just keeping me on that couch and paralyzing me, I was free from. The stuff that you've been doing, and the shame that he knows it all, and he took it. And he's forgiven you, and that grace, all of that, That's what hit me. I started talking to Lynn about it. At that time, I'm apologizing to her for just not being the husband I should have been. There's so much better I could have done, and I'm just so sorry I treated you the way I treated you.
It's a day I'll probably never forget. Dave would bring up getting back together a lot on the phone, right from the beginning, and I would almost just laugh. After he got baptized and things started to change, he would bring it up, and I'd just lightly maybe consider it, thinking, okay, there's a maybe there. It wasn't until I saw the progressive changes. We would have conversations that would have ended up in an argument or a fight, and seeing how he dealt with it, or we talked it through, or I was like, this is really happening. His heart is really being changed.
At dinner one night with our kids, I got on my knee again and asked her to marry me again in front of the kids. And yeah.
What'd she say?
She said she'll think about it, and she said yes.
Probably way more special than the first time he asked me to marry him.
Standing firm, staying in the Word, staying true to Lynn and doing the right things there as well as compared to what I used to do, and my kids, and being that example for them. You know, being the spiritual leader that I'm supposed to be in my household. To me, that's being a man. I wasn't before.
God was able to redeem and restore this marriage that was so far gone. It's truly a miracle.